I heard being said that consciousness can only recognize itself through the human body, like in other forms of manifestation, it cannot be done. Now, my question is, if the human is the only one that has ego in this form, in the sense the only human recognizes themselves in the mirror, couldn't be that the ego is necessity for the consciousness? Couldn't be that the ego is necessary for the consciousness to recognize itself? I realize that from the point of view of the consciousness, all this is a game, a divine game, but still, thank you, love you. The question is in the sense that ego is only an instrument in this grandiose play. Yeah, and you have to have a certain amount of ego in order for this body-mind to function. So there has to be some identification with the body. Because if you didn't have some form of ego, some form of self-awareness, trust me, this body wouldn't function. You'd sit there like it wouldn't move, it wouldn't know what to do. So there has to be some form of self-awareness coming and going in order for functioning to happen. Yeah, so yeah, that's my point. I don't know what I was saying. And all animals to me are free. They've never had self-awareness, so they're totally free. They're in the Garden of Eden. It's only the human gets kicked out when it begins to recognize its own nakedness and begins to be able to think about itself, that it gets kicked out. But what it does do is then there is in the human world some form of recognition of who you are, which is really amazing. Because you leave home and then go home again, there is this comparison, which then there is this intellectual or worldly knowing of who you are, rather than just being yourself, which the animals are. So with the human, it's like being yourself, being this, and then also this kind of recognition of who that is. Thanks, Annika, for your question.